let's get right into it. So we do have War Games this Saturday, of course, on Peacock. We have, let's start with the Triple Threat United States Championship match that they just announced on Monday. Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley versus the new and improved Austin Theory. Who you guys got on this one? They just announced this one Monday. It was not a Triple Threat match. It is a Triple Threat match now. Rhodesia, let's start with you. Who do you have in this match and why?
Definitely is going to still be Seth Rollins. He's going to still retain it. He is just so clever. So whatever Bobby Lashley hot-headed self does, or whatever Austin Theory think that he's smarter than Seth, Seth is always going to outsmart whoever's in the ring. I'm going with Seth Rollins. But that match, I think, has the potential to steal the show for sure. Actually, let me go on the record and say there's only really one match that I think won't steal the show. I think the other 4 matches has a possibility to be.
Yeah, I think we all know which match you do not think will steal the show.
I hope so,
that
but
match
I
steals
don't
the
think
show.
so.
And this is no knock on them, but if that match steals the show,
Not at all.
This will be the worst Survivor Series in the history of WWE.
Sheesh.
And I'm never going to say what match we're talking about, just so if we're wrong, we still look like we're smart. But yeah, there you go. Eshaun.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins winning this one. But I think there's some very interesting stories coming out of this. I think they did a really good job. I mean, Bobby still looks very, very strong. I'm still hoping for a Hurt Business reunion. I hope we get that in the near future. But look, like I said, I was not really a big honestly, I wasn't really a big Theory fan when he came to NXT, to be honest with you. I had this, once he got to the company, I just wasn't really invested in the character. However, I love what they're doing with his character right now. Seth is on a roll right now, right? So he can't lose that role. So it seems like he will be the winner. In some type of way, maybe Ali comes in and messes something up, and he somehow gets pinned.
Right, he's not even part of the match.
And I know who's going to pin him. I know who's going to pin him. Bobby's going to pin him.
Bobby! Oh my God, man, that is hilarious. You know what's funny about Theory? This is closer to the Theory that was on the Independence and Evolve. This version of Theory when he was with Priscilla Kelly. So I love to see it. I'm going to go Seth too. You look at it and say, and this is why I am really excited for War Games. I can make an argument that either person can win in the majority of these matches, except for the main event. I think the main event is as clear-cut as humanly possible can be. But I'm going to go Seth just because he is hot right now. It's interesting. He did cut a heel promo Monday, but he's still a face. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But you look at it on paper and say, should Bobby lose? I don't think he should lose. Should Theory lose? No, he shouldn't lose. So it is going to be fun and interesting to see how they get out of it. But I do have Seth still retaining the U.S. Championship coming out of Saturday. Let's go into what the internet is super excited about, and that's AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. I don't think we've had this match one-on-one in WWE yet at all, which is crazy when you think about that. This match should be incredible. I am taking Finn Balor, though, to win. I think AJ Styles is ice cold, and it's not nothing against him maybe, but I think he's been ice cold since WrestleMania. When they forced that Edge heel turn for no reason, because he just wanted a match, and then AJ stepped up and said, I'll fight you, and then he kind of just started going crazy and turned heel. I think AJ's been ice cold since. Now, granted, I also know that he really hasn't won. I think it's been a while since he's won on pay-per-view. But you look at Seth. Seth went a while without winning on pay-per-view, and he was still as hot as ever. But I do think that Finn and Judgment Day is a big piece to Raw, and I think that they keep the momentum going after Saturday. So I do have Finn Balor winning against AJ Styles. Eshaun, who you got?
I'm going to go just quickly say I think that AJ Styles is going to win. Only because, just to piggyback on what you said, he's been ice cold. I think the entire OC has been ice cold. I feel like I was a fan of the Good Brothers before they left, and I thought they had a lot of personality, and they didn't really get to show it on TV. They come back, and I feel like they're getting kind of slotted right in that position. They don't talk very much. They kind of just stand there looking like goofs. AJ hasn't really done it in a while. And I thought that, I don't know, maybe he should have joined Judgment Day just to kind of get a character refresh for him. So I feel like, man, he can't lose this because he's gonna become more of Ice Cube, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
possibly.
Yeah, to me, the best thing about the OC is Mia Yim. I think she looks great with them. Like Monday, I was like, yeah, that's who she is. That is what she should be. That retribution stuff, get that completely out of here. Scrub that from our minds, 100%. But yeah, I mean, I have not been really into the OC and the Good Brothers being back, But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rhodesia.
I think that AJ Styles is going to win to that point of you got the OC together now. You brought back the Good Boys. You got Mia Yim. So much energy is being placed into this faction. The Judgment Day, they're solidified. They're great. They're good. When they're on TV, you do want to watch it. So for me, I believe that AJ Styles is going to win just because there's been so much energy put into the OC that what would be the point of all that energy being there for AJ to lose again? And they know that he's ice cold right now. I think he's been ice cold before WrestleMania, but I think AJ is going to win for that point.
Okay. Excitement level for that match? Are you guys feeling like this is a dream match? Like a legit, man, I can't wait to see this? Or are you kind of indifferent to it?
I'm really excited. Like I said, there's 4 matches here on this card that I think can steal the show. And wow, we're, I think, in store for some amazing wrestling between the two of them.
For me, I'm the opposite of on Finn for AJ. I think that Finn is doing some of the best character work he's done in his WWE career. So I've always decided to see what he's doing. I think it's going to be a great match because, like I said, I don't think they've wrestled before.
I don't either.
Ever,
yep.
Right. I don't think we've seen it. So I think it's going to be a great match. I think that Finn can take a pin. But I think he's doing a phenomenal job right now. Phenomenal one.
Oh, okay. I like it. All right. Let's go to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey, who is your champion, versus Shotzi. Rhodesia, this is a women's match, so I'll throw it to you first. Who you got?
I want Shotzi to win. I think Ronda is going to win. Shotzi, she's been showing I've always liked her, even from NXT. I've always liked her. She's a little bit unhinged. She reminds me a lot of Jon Moxley. I like the character. I like her style. She's kind of off her rocker, but in such a good way. She has heart when she fights. I do want Shotzi to win, but I just don't see how she can beat Ronda Rousey, especially if you have Shayna Baszler down with Ronda Rousey. I just don't know how she's going to actually win. But I want her to win. But I'm taking
you want her to
Ronda
win,
Rousey.
but you got Rousey, right?
Yep.
Got you. Okay.
Guys, I just don't care about this match. I think that the entire women's division of SmackDown needs to be revamped. I'm not interested in seeing Shotzi win or lose in this match. I'm not interested in seeing Ronda win or lose in this match. I'm not sure exactly what needs to be done on that. Maybe this might be a great time for them to reorganize that women's roster in the near future. But I'm just not invested in the whole storyline. I'm not invested in Ronda's title reign here. I don't know if we have Charlotte coming back on the horizon in this match, or I don't know if she's the answer. I just honestly, guys, I just don't have an opinion very strongly. I mean, I like both girls, as you said. I like Shotzi. I like Ronda. It's just together in this division right now. It's not doing it for me.
Hey, real quick, Matt, before you respond.
Yeah.
I'm just having an epiphany. Maybe it's Ronda. Let's be honest here. Even when she was going against Liv, I felt like I didn't care so much about that match. I wasn't really invested in Liv. And I'm wondering, and same thing with the Shotzi thing here, I'm wondering if it's because of Ronda being the other person on the other side. If it was another stronger woman, not mean stronger in strength, but stronger as far as character,
right,
and more engagement in the fans, I wonder if I would have felt better about Liv's title and how I will feel for Shotzi.
I think so. And I think with Ronda, I don't even know who she is.
I don't either.
I just know that she's friends with Shayna Baszler.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You look at who is Ronda Rousey right now. Ronda Rousey before was this badass MMA chick that came in and could do everything. And now I don't know who she is. So her and Shayna are friends. She accompanies her to ringside. Okay. I don't get it. And I used to be a really big Rousey fan.
Same here.
And once again, like, it's going to take them time to rebuild. Like, you can't rebuild everybody in a month, in 2 months. I get that. But you have to look at Ronda where she's at. And you got to imagine Triple H is like, man, we got to get her back to where she was before. I do know there was a statement. I forgot who said it. Somebody said it, that Vince never looked at Rousey as a Brock Lesnar type character, which is really interesting because, in my opinion, he should have looked at her like a Brock Lesnar type character. Now, if she is who she can be and Shayna is who she should be, then yeah, there's probably not any women in WWE that can beat them. You know, if you look at it from kind of like a realistic, real type situation. Yeah, but like, I don't know who she is. So I'm going to go with Ronda on this one too. I do think it's interesting that Shotzi still has not shown anything that she can do on the main roster. I think that her confidence was broken by the prior regime when they took away her tank. It was like 2 or 3 episodes in a row where she was the already in the ring wrestler. She didn't even get an entrance on television. We all know if you come back from commercial and you're already in the ring, you're on the outs. Something happened either backstage or they're not checking for you right now. She was the already in the ring person at that time. And I think they kind of broke her spirit a little bit. I think it broke her confidence. Hopefully she gets it back, but it will be interesting to see kind of what comes out of this. You know, if Shotzi loses, what's next for her? If Ronda wins, what's next for her? You know, you made a comment about Eshaun, you made a comment about Charlotte. It's time if she's healthy, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's look into War Games. Let's start with the women's match. So on the heel side, we got Damage Control, Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley. On the face side, we have Mia Yim, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca Belair, because we do not know who the TBA is, to be announced on SmackDown this week. Eshaun, I'm going to lead with you. Before we go into who's going to win that match, who is the 5th member of Team Bianca?
I don't think it's Sasha, guys. I just don't think it's Sasha, to be honest with you.
I agree.
I know we talked about it a week ago, but, you know, I thought that if you're going to bring Sasha back, I feel like it has to be at a bigger show. You know, like a SummerSlam would have been. Maybe a Royal Rumble might be.
Really?
I feel like you bring her back, you have to bring her back in a bigger show. That's something, you know, SummerSlam. Survivor Series hasn't been one of their bigger shows in a while, not to me at least. I don't think this is something you do and you just throw her like in a 5-man match that you announce right before the pay-per-view. I feel like you hold off on that. So I'm going to go with either Candice LeRae or a returning Tegan Nox.
Wow. Okay. All right. You're going, I like that. You're going outside the box on Tegan. I think Candice is probably, if we were doing like legit betting odds, I think she's like probably number 2 on there. So real quick, let's kind of go back to the Sasha piece though. So you don't think being in Boston, which is her hometown, Survivor Series, which is a top 4 pay-per-view with War Games, you still don't think that's big enough, huh? You still would say like, hey, that's not a big enough show. Let's wait off until the Rumble. Because at this point, I think we all agree she's come back eventually to WWE, right? Do we all agree with that?
I agree with that, yeah.
Eventually? Okay. So are you thinking, even with that being in her hometown, this being the first ever War Games match on the main roster, still not big enough for her, huh?
I think that whenever she comes back, it has to be clear intention of what's next for her, right? And I think this throwing her in a 10 women's match and kind of like, I don't say it's a garbage match, but it's definitely a hardcore match at least in a lot of points. I feel like she needs to come back and make a true bank statement. And again, for me, I thought that the two of them had left together, they'd be back together in some kind of way, at least for the short term. So I'm looking for someone else other than her. But again, if she comes back, you know, I'll be pleasantly surprised. I've been a huge Sasha Banks fan since day one. So I love to see her whenever she comes back. If it comes back this Saturday, that's an early Christmas gift for me.
Awesome. All right. Rhodesia, who you got as the TBA?
Before I say that, I feel a little bit insulted. You mentioned earlier, you said that you implied the Men War Games is the main event, right? Is that what you implied a little earlier?
Who, me?
You said, yeah.
If Roman's on the show, Roman's the main event.
Okay. So do you not remember when Rhea said that the main event of War Games is the women's
Do you hear what I
War
just said?
Games? Whatever.
If Roman's on the show, Roman's the main event.
They could start it and let the ladies finish.
Okay.
Point is, I
keep
think
thinking
the fifth person is going to be Becky Lynch, but they are going to crap on it if it's not Bianca. I'm sorry, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks should be there. She should be the fifth one. It is her hometown. It is a big enough stage for her to return. I think that it makes only sense that she should return. But at the end of the day, my betting person would be Becky Lynch.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have Becky as number 1, and I actually have Candice as number 2. If you go back to the promo on Monday, Bianca says that Damage Control has made a lot of enemies. Both Candice and Becky fit that narrative of having enemies. And I think that's why they were announcing the 5th member on Friday. When they said that they were going to announce it on SmackDown, that was when I knew without a 100% fact, it's not going to be Sasha. You wait until, if it was Sasha, you don't mention it, and you get that massive pop from her hometown on Saturday. So I don't think it will be Sasha, but I do think that we'll still get a Sasha Banks chant, I'm sure. But if it is Becky and they announce it on Friday, that Boston crowd is going to be still super, super excited to see her. I do think it will be a little bit of a letdown if it is Candice. As much as I like Candice, I do think it'll be a little bit of a letdown if it is Candice LeRae. So let's get into who's winning this match and why. Eshaun, let's go back to you on that one, man. Who's winning that match?
I'm going with the heels on this one. I think that you're going to see a Rhea Ripley pin on this one to set up some type of feud or match for the future.
Okay.
I'm going with the ladies. The ladies, of course.
Excuse
I'm going
me?
with the face ladies.
Excuse me? I'm going with the ladies.
Sorry, I was looking at my notes
drunk.
for the men's
Hey, shout
game.
out to
Oh yeah, she's still drinking.
Man, she's still drunk, man. Like, I'm going with the ladies. All right, that's a good call. I'm going with the guys in the main event. All right, guys, thanks. This is a great episode. Talk to you soon.
I was looking at my men's notes. Okay,
Rhodesia, put that bottle down.
Seriously, it is holiday weekend, but we got to finish the pod. You said I'm going with the ladies. That is incredible.
I'm going with the good ladies is what I'm trying to say here. I know that the bad ladies has the advantage from the match with Rhea and Asuka from last Monday on Raw, but I'm going to say that the faces are going to win. Team Bianca is going to win. I think that 5th person is going to have something to do with the win because it's going to, in my opinion, either going to be Becky or Sasha Banks. So for me, I'm going to go with the good ladies.
This is a toss-up. This is a real toss-up. Give me Damage Control's team. I don't know why I picked them. And I'm just looking. I think we're going to get some significant storylines from this, though. I think it is time for something to happen with Alexa Bliss, albeit a heel turn, albeit she breaks from Asuka and Bianca after this. It's time for something there. I think that we're going to spur into some Mia Yim, Rhea Ripley singles matches from this afterwards. But then you look at that TBA. If it's Becky, do you have Becky's team lose the first time she shows up? If it's Candice LeRae, you can get away with beating, that team. But yeah, I'm gonna go Damage Control. And the only reason why I'm going Damage Control's team is because I think the main event is such a no-brainer on who wins. So let's get into that. We have the Bloodline for the first time ever tagging up together against Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, the Brawling Brutes, and Kevin Owens. I am so excited for this match. I think they're going to do some fantastic things in this match. And I also think that this is the start of the Bloodline showing cracks in the foundation. This match, I have the Bloodline losing with probably Sami getting pinned. And this takes the Jey Uso, Sami Zayn storyline to the next level. This takes Kevin Owens and starting his relationship back with Sami to the next level. I think this is the perfect story match where you can get the Bloodline to lose. You can get Roman to lose. He's not going to take the pin. And who knows if we even see Roman again until the Rumble. I think they canceled December's pay-per-view. Do we have a WWE December's pay-per-view? I'll check that while you guys are talking. I don't think so. We know they canceled day one. I believe the next premium live event is the Rumble. So that gets that time to start up. So I do have Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Brawling Brutes, and Kevin Owens winning this match. And also I think this is also a big stepping stone for Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns before, we get to the road to WrestleMania. Eshaun, who you got on this one?
I'm going to go ahead and book this one. I forgot to do it on the last match. But here's what's going to happen. Sammy's taking the pin, just as you said. He's taking the pin for the team. And at the end of the match, he's going to look up to the tribal chief. He's going to beg for forgiveness. Roman Reigns is going to look at him. He's going to walk away from him. It's going to set up Jay and Jimmy to turn on Sammy next SmackDown. Maybe not this SmackDown next week, but a SmackDown.
A SmackDown? And of course, I'm guessing with that, you got KO coming in and saving Sammy, right?
Absolutely. And they're going to lead to a tag team match at Mania. That's what I'm going with.
So I'm going to go with the guys on this one.
There you go. There you go. Keep it going. I'm glad you didn't go with the women. That'd have been a whole nother topic of conversation.
She got it all.
It's an intergender war games. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Team Sheamus on this one. You just got some really strong dudes over there. Not saying on the other side you don't have strong dudes, but again, what we're seeing out of Sheamus just this last 3 months, it's incredible. What we're seeing with Drew has been good, and I actually think that I get what Char was saying that Sammy's gonna get the pin. Or Sammy's going to be pinned, but I really actually see Kevin Owens pinning to win. So with that theory, I think one of us is definitely years off, but I actually see Kevin Owens winning the War Games, to be honest with you. But again, to the point of, I don't know, but I really like Sammy taking it because that's kind of the start of the demise of the bloodline. But I think it's the ripings for Kevin Owens to actually get the win. But I'm interested to see.
This match is going to be so much fun to watch because they can do so many cool, awesome things with it. Just what you just said. We're talking about who's taking the pin. I mean, like, this is going to be, I think this is the match we'll be talking about from a storyline perspective next week significantly. Maybe not in terms of best match on the card from a work rate perspective. And it could be, look at the talent that's in this match. I mean, you got arguably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 Hall of Famers right now if everybody retired in that match. If they were all retired right now, you got 7 Hall of Famers in that match. So that, I think that's going to be incredible. So I am jacked for this match. 10 out of 10 excitement level for this match. And the show overall, things will be really, really good. So excited to see it this weekend on Peacock.